Good. You showed up. Of course you did. Because whether you admit it or not, you can feel it. That heat on your name. That silent rage in their eyes when you walk in the room. They're seething with envy because you're winning. And you're still sitting there wondering, what did I do wrong? You existed. That's what you did. You don't get it yet, do you? You think people hate you because you messed up somewhere, because you weren't nice enough, humble enough, quiet enough, small enough. No. They hate you because you refused to die in the place they left you. They hate you because you didn't stay in the role they wrote for you. They hate you because you were supposed to break, and instead, you built. You have to understand something. Most people don't want to see you grow. They want to see you recover just enough that they don't feel guilty, but not so much that you pass them. They want you functional, not fulfilled. Stable, not successful. Calm, not powerful. You are not designed for that, and they can sense it. Think about it. Remember when you started improving, when you got serious, when you stopped replying as fast, stopped hanging out as often, started saying no more than yes, sure. What happened? Suddenly you're acting different. Suddenly you're cold. Suddenly you're full of yourself. No, you're full of focus. But to a lazy mind, focus looks like arrogance. You started pulling away from drama and they told everyone you changed. Of course you changed. You were supposed to. Staying the same would have been the real crime. But here's the twist they'll never admit. The moment you started winning, even just a little, you became a mirror. And mirrors are uncomfortable. Because every time they see you grinding, they see their excuses. Every time they see you healing, they see their avoidance. Every time they see you shine, they see where they chose comfort over courage. So what do? Do they level up? Do they confront their own reflection? Please. They gossip. They roll their eyes. They throw shade. They make little comments like coupons they hand each other to get a discount on their own insecurity. Let's be blunt. You trigger people, not because you're toxic, but because you represent the version of themselves they abandoned. You show them what they could be if they took themselves seriously, and that burns. You know what envy actually is? It's silent confession. It's them saying, I see something in you I don't have the guts to admit I want for myself. So they hate you for it, because hating you is easier than working on them. And you internalized it. You started shrinking, started downplaying your wins. You softened your achievements, made them sound like accidents. Oh, it's nothing. I just got lucky. It's not that big a deal. You dimmed your own light because their eyes couldn't handle the brightness. You started apologizing for being exactly who you begged to become. Read this carefully. You are not responsible for the emotional allergic reactions people have to your growth. You worked for that progress. They watched you suffer. They know what you went through. They weren't blind. They saw the nights you broke. They saw the days you disappeared. They saw the phases where you were a ghost in your own life. And now, when you finally start stacking wins, they suddenly act like you got handed something. They didn't complain when you were losing. They were comfortable then. You were relatable then. They only got loud when you started becoming evidence that change is possible. Let's really cut into this. You think they're mad at what you have now? No. They're mad at your audacity. The audacity to heal. The audacity to try again. The audacity to want more than survival. How dare you not stay broken? How dare you not live your whole life as the sad story they bonded over? How dare you outgrow the version of you they felt superior to? Because that's what this is. Power dynamics. As long as you were down bad, they were up. Emotionally, ego-wise, narrative-wise. You were the one they could give advice to. You were the one they could pray for in group chats. You were the one they could reference when they needed to feel better about their own stagnation. I mean, I'm not doing amazing, but at least I'm not like them. Guess what? You're not. Not anymore. Now look at you. You're getting sharper. You're dressing better. Your mindset sounds different. Your standards feel firmer. Your boundaries now have teeth. And suddenly, they're uncomfortable because they're realizing something terrifying. They can't control you with pity anymore. They can't bait you with fake concern. They can't lure you back into the same old cycles with "you've changed" guilt trips. You have changed. That was the whole point. Let's talk about that jealousy you're feeling aimed at you. They're not just jealous of your results. They're jealous of your resilience. You didn't fold when they expected you to. You didn't stay broken when they were certain you would. You didn't disappear like they predicted in their group chats. You stayed. You built. You climbed. You walked through hell, picked up your pieces off the burning floor, and started reassembling yourself in plain sight. That's bold. That's threatening. People are okay with your pain as long as it feeds their ego. But your progress, that starves them. Now listen closely. You don't fight envy by shrinking. You don't calm their rage by breaking yourself into smaller pieces. You are not a puzzle for them to rearrange. You are not a character they get to edit. You fight envy by owning the very things they can't stand. Your discipline, your standards, your comeback, your belief in yourself. You stop apologizing. You stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You stop handing out emotional discounts to people who haven't paid a single due in your journey. You don't owe them comfort. You owe yourself honesty. And the honest truth is this: you outgrew them. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, ambition-wise. You're operating on a different frequency now, and static doesn't like clean signal. Let's address something ugly. Some of the people seething at your success. They clapped when you were hurt. Maybe not out loud, but inside. There was a moment, you felt it, where your pain made them feel a little taller, a little better, a little more stable. You were the cautionary tale in their mind. Look at you now. You turned yourself from an example of what can go wrong into a blueprint of what happens when you refuse to stay down. That's unforgivable to small minds, because now they're out of excuses. They can't say, "It's impossible," while staring at you. They can't say, "People like us don't make it," while watching you do it in real time. So what do? They rewrite the story. Oh, they got lucky. Oh, they changed. They're fake now. Oh, they must be doing something shady. Anything but they worked harder, healed deeper, and refused to quit. Here's where you're in. You have to decide what you're going to do with their jealousy. Option 1, you let it make you smaller. You start toning down your achievements. You hide your glow. You pretend you're still the old you, just so no one talks about you behind your back. You become a watered-down version of yourself, so they can drink you without choking on their own insecurity. Option 2, you let their envy confirm your evolution. You use it as proof Proof that you're no longer where you were. Proof that your efforts are visible. Proof that your energy is hitting. You understand that hate is just corrupted admiration. They noticed. They care. They're bothered. Good. You're not invisible anymore. You need to sit with this. They're not mad at your personality. They tolerated your personality when you were struggling. They're mad at your progress. Because progress forces comparison, and comparison exposes effort. When they're confronted with the fact that you started from the same or worse position and still decided to rise, they have to face the choices they keep avoiding. So instead of saying, I should step up, they say, who do you think you are? You know who you are. You are the glitch in their system, the exception to their nobody ever makes it out story, the walking contradiction to their life is just like this resignation. You shattered their ceiling by refusing to acknowledge that it was supposed to be a ceiling in the first place. Let's talk about the pressure you feel now. You feel eyes on you. You feel silently judged. You feel like every move you make is being watched, criticized, dissected by people who aren't even brave enough to try. And it's heavy. Of course it is. You weren't built to be liked. You were built to be undeniable. There's a difference. Being liked is fragile. One rumor, one disagreement, one boundary can destroy it. Being undeniable is different. They can hate you. They can gossip about you. They can block you, unfollow you, mute you, throw your name into conversations you're not in. But they can't ignore you. That's where you're heading. That's why they're loud. Noise is resistance, and resistance appears wherever there is movement. You think villains are born? Most of them are created out of betrayal, created out of being underestimated, created out of being pushed out, laughed at, discarded. You know what a villain really is? Someone who stopped seeking permission from people who secretly wanted them powerless. You don't have to become cruel, but you do have to become unapologetic. You can keep your heart without sacrificing your edge. You can be kind without being controllable. You're allowed to say, yes, I'm proud of myself. Yes, I'm doing better. Yes, I want more. Yes, I'm not going back to that old version of me just because you're nostalgic for it. Let's be real. Some people aren't attached to you. They're attached to the version of you that needed them. The version that always asked for advice. The version that always needed rescuing. The version that always said, what do you think I should do? You grew out of that. Now you make your own decisions. Now you trust your own gut. Now you move without asking for a committee to approve it. And just like that, their power over you vanished. They call it you changing. But really, it's just them losing their grip. So what do you do from here? You double down. You keep going to the gym even when they say you're obsessed. You keep working on that business even when they say it's unrealistic. You keep healing in therapy even when they say you're overthinking everything. You keep saying no to nonsense even when they say you're selfish now. You let them mislabel you. They're using dollar store vocabulary to describe a luxury evolution. You don't stop a transformation to appease spectators who paid nothing to witness it. This is where you flip the switch in your head. Every time you feel that tension, that weird energy, that subtle hostility when you talk about your goals or your growth. Instead of shrinking, you register it as proof. Proof you're moving. Proof you're stepping out of the bracket they placed you in. Proof you're now stepping into a version of yourself that doesn't fit in their old storyline. That discomfort you sense in them, that's your upgrade installing. You are not crazy for wanting more. You are not arrogant for believing there's something powerful in you. You are not wrong for leaving people behind who chose comfort over evolution. You are allowed to evolve past people who refused to move. Let them say you changed. You did. Let them say you're different. You are. Let them say you're too much. You've been not enough for long enough. They're seething with envy because deep down they know something you're just starting to realize. You're winning. Not just in numbers or followers or money or clothes. You're winning in spirit. You're waking up. You're becoming self-aware. You're taking control. You're reclaiming your narrative. You're choosing discomfort now so you don't live in regret later. You're breaking cycles they were planning to pass down like family heirlooms. Of course, they're mad. You weren't supposed to figure it out. You weren't supposed to see your own potential. You weren't supposed to start looking in the mirror and seeing someone worth betting on. Yet here you are. So the next time you walk into a room and feel that cold air, that fake smile, that weird silence when you mention your wins, don't panic, don't shrink, don't start over-explaining yourself. Just remember, you are watching insecurity flinch in real time. Hold your posture, lift your chin, speak calmly, move with intention. You're not the desperate one anymore. You're not the one begging to belong. You're not the one auditioning for acceptance from people who never even accepted themselves. You are the one who chose to rise. And their envy, it's just background noise to your ascent. Keep going, keep growing, keep winning, loudly, quietly, imperfectly, relentlessly. They'll keep seething. You'll keep becoming the proof that they were wrong about you, and you were right to believe in yourself. And you're starting to feel it in your body. Right. That shift, that internal click. You walk into places you used to feel small in, and there's this weird calm in your chest instead of that old panic. You reply slower. You choose your words. You listen more than you explain. And people who are used to the old you, they don't know what to do with this version, because the old you was predictable. The old you would overshare, overgive, over-apologize. The old you would beg to be understood. This version of you just exists in truth. No disclaimers. That unsettles them. You ever notice how many jokes are actually just jealousy in costume? They say, "Damn, you're in the gym again," with that little smirk. They laugh. "Look at you, entrepreneur," like ambition is a meme. They say, "All right, celebrity," when you post something you're proud of. On the surface, it sounds light, friendly even. Underneath, you can feel that sting. You feel that tiny flicker in your chest. That little voice that whispers, "Maybe I am doing too much. Maybe I should chill." You override that voice because you're not doing too much. You're doing what they said you couldn't. People weaponize humor when they're too scared to show their envy directly. They hide insecurity inside sarcasm and hope you'll swallow it as just jokes. You're not stupid. You're not crazy. You felt it. That tiny twist, that mini bite behind their words. That's real. You've got to hear this clearly. You are not obligated to stay soft in spaces that keep cutting you. You're allowed to get sharper. You're allowed to put emotional distance between you and people who keep joking you back into a smaller identity. You're allowed to withdraw access, not out of hate, out of self-respect. It's wild, right? You start choosing yourself and suddenly you're cold, distant, egotistical. Meanwhile, they were perfectly fine when you were draining yourself for them. Never had a problem when you were exhausted. Never complained when you kept saying yes with a shaky voice and an empty tank. You step back once and everyone's doing a TED talk on your attitude. You sit there at night sometimes, scrolling, overthinking, replaying conversations in your head. Did I say that wrong? Did I make them feel weird? Did I sound full of myself? While you're busy doing emotional customer service for everyone's feelings, they're in a group chat calling you self-absorbed because you finally started prioritizing your own life. You know what's really happening? You stopped playing the role they gave you. The always available one. The always struggling one. The we don't have to be threatened by them one. You stepped out of that costume, and their script doesn't work anymore. There's a reason your phone feels heavier these days. You pick it up, and you feel the weight of expectations attached to certain names. You see a notification pop up, and your stomach drops a little. You hesitate before opening some chats, because you already know it's not going to be genuine support. It's going to be a check-in that's really a status report. They're not asking because they care. They're asking because they want to know how close you are to making them uncomfortable. You can sense it. The fake curiosity. The passive-aggressive, proud of you BTW with a side of don't fly too high. You're not paranoid.